Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Hope y'all are doing well this morning. It is a beautiful day here. Started off a little cool. I think it got down in the 40s, but I just been outside checking on my little tomato plants, and it's warming up pretty good out there. So let's see who we got hanging out here. We have Darren Birds. Good morning. Says happy Thursday. Larry Galt is here. Good morning, everyone. Gatton running today. Picks to follow. Awesome. Love to see your picks, and glad to hear you running that thing. Let's see who else we got here. John Howard. Good morning. And it's still doing that same thing. It says US here, but yep, there just popped up over on YouTube, the flag show. So I don't know what's up with that. That's kind of weird. I guess they don't have that emoji built in the StreamYard, but when it gets to YouTube, it shows up. So anyway, good morning, John. Good morning, Troy. He says, good morning. Happy Friday Eve. Yeah, we can call it that. Marcelo Ballone's here. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Clyde C&C's in the house. Good morning, Clyde. Charles says, good morning, Dave and Jack. All righty. Yeah, I'm going to have to. Jack says, good morning. He's right here beside me, but he's got something going on. I'm gonna have to get him checked out because he's been licking this one back paw a lot, and I try to look at it and I can't see. And you know how dogs are, big, especially big dogs. They don't like you messing with their feet, so he's quick to pull away. And but anyway, I just went in there and I saw where he'd walk on the kitchen, and I could see little dabs of blood places, and he'd just been out walking through some stuff. So I don't know whether he's got on a sticker or what he did, because he likes to get in the deep stuff when he does his business. So that may be it, but I'm gonna have to check on him here. George Ralphus is here. Good morning, George. Gary Hammond is here. Good morning, Gary. My favorite solar man right here in the house. How you doing, Ryan? Doc Whitaker. How you doing, Terry? Good to see you. Jeremiah Brown. Well, howdy do. Yep. How you doing, Jerry? Paul Stewart's here this morning. Good morning, Paul. Mr. LB Sharp's in the house. Good morning. Sean's here this morning. Good morning. Dennis Nolan. Hey, how you doing, Dennis? Good to see you. LB says, Dave, I know we are not here for shop talk, but how do you ship your wooden kits? Cardboard boxes? Where do you get the material for shipping? Oh, we talk shop sometimes. Yeah, I buy my boxes. I'm trying to think of the name of the brand, but not that matters. But anyway, been buying the same size box off of Amazon. They've come in bands of 20. Uh, so a lot of times I'll order like 100 of them, and that'd be, the UPS man hates me then because, they're pretty heavy when they're banded together like that. But anyway, they are a 24 by 12 by 6 inch tall, but they're called an MD, which the MD stands for multi depth. And actually, when I get done, I cut the corners down about that far, and it's kind of perforated. Well, not really perforated, but you can tell where the different depths are. And so when I get it down, I can slide the parts over against that box, and then it'll fold over and break that that crease. So usually when I get done, they're about 24 by 12 by 4 inches. So that's how I do it. And then I put just a ridiculous amount of packing tape, because there's nothing worse than getting a box and it's been mishandled and a corner's tore open or something, and then you're missing some little old part. So I cover that thing top and bottom and a few rounds the other way with packing tape. Maybe not necessary, but so far since I've been doing that, I haven't had any issues. UPS lost one of them in the 6 years I've been doing this now. I mean, they just lost the whole thing. JR's in the house. How you doing? Good morning, coffee crew, he says. Leo Steger's here. Good morning, everyone. Another day in the stock room. JR says, good Lord, every time I join this show and someone comments on what day it is, I lose a day. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one who doesn't even know what day it is half the time. But, my biggest problem is, and I was telling somebody this last night, for me, it's like you've seen that movie Groundhog Day. That's what my life is like, because it's get up in the morning, drink coffee, turn on TV, watch a little news, take some pills, come in here and do the coffee session. I'd pretty much do the same thing every single day. And so it's hard to know what day it is, because they're all the same. And I was talking to somebody last night, and I told him, I said, the biggest problem I have is remembering whether or not I have taken my morning medications. I even have my Echo Dot, a reminder on there, and she will come on there 2 different times in the morning. Once at 8:45, which is right before the coffee sessions, and another time at 10 o'clock, which is well after the coffee sessions, to remind me to take those medications. But sometimes even with that reminder, I go, oh, yeah, I've already taken them. Oh, wait a minute. Was that yesterday? Yeah, I think it was it. No, was that today? And I just have this mental conversation with myself, and then I either convince myself that, yeah, I've already taken them, or, well, I'm not sure, but I might have, so I'm not going to take them again. And then I end up skipping a day or so. I don't know, but it's just hard to remember, because every day looks exactly the same as the day before for me. So anyway, looky here. Polly wants a crafter. 2 years later, I found the YouTube. Yeah. Well, it's really tricky to find. It's called the Dave Gatton Coffee Sessions. I gave it one of those tricky names where nobody could find it. So congratulations on sniffing it out there, buddy. Sherman Moore in the house. How you doing, Sherman? Haven't heard from you in a long time. I see your Facebook posts and stuff every once in a while. Sherman, now we've never met in person, but Sherman's a long time, well, he says it, long time associate. He bought one of my old metal Sidewinder things many years ago. It had a really nice setup, as I recall. So good to see you joining the coffee sessions. We're here, in case this is your first time here, we're here every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. Spend about 30 minutes drinking coffee and talking junk, whatever. Dennis says, didn't know you were having the coffee sessions again. Happy to see you back on coffee sessions. Yeah, I take those breaks during the wintertime, because the wintertime's always so depressing to me when they change time and then it gets dark at 5, and I'm not a good person to be around during those times. So I just take a break. Uh, Mallory's in the house. How you doing, Mary? I hope you heard what I said yesterday about the ladies' night coming up May 7th on the Saturday night thing. So just saying, need to get a few lady Gatton ears to represent on that show. Bruce Foley's in the house. How you doing, Bruce? Hope you're doing well. Clyde says if you take parts out, you will never figure out how they go back in the box. That's funny. I could probably put them in the box blindfolded or in my sleep, because you guys probably have no idea, because when you open the box, you just think, you just threw these parts in here. But I put them in the exact same way every single time, because not only do they kind of fit right, but it also helps me to tell if I'm missing a part, because I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think there's like 4 layers worth of parts. So I know which part goes on which layer and where it's supposed to be and all that. And that's only because I've done a few of them. So, but yeah, if you pull them out, you probably wouldn't remember how to put them back in there. Leo says, when I had a dog, she was licking her feet. Turned out to be a food allergy. Went to the food made from salmon, and it went away. Maybe I should try switch. But he's done that ever since I've had him, which I suppose it could be the food thing. But also he's been favoring this one foot. And when I say favoring, it's not like he's limping or anything, but he's been licking that one left rear foot right by one of his nails. So I don't know whether he's got, like I said, I tried to get in there and look. I thought, well, maybe he's got a tick up in there between his things, although he shouldn't, because he's on the tick prevention stuff. But there's something going on. I just got to get him. I'm going to have to catch him when he's knocked out after playing ball or something. Take a good look at it. Mr. Sisk in the house. Hope you're doing well, Doug. Hope you're feeling better from your pneumonia stuff you got going on. Let's see. George Rufus says Thursday, partly cloudy, high 52, low 20. 27. Come on. That's just ridiculous. I'm glad it's you and not me. A Dayminder pill box. I have one of those, and that doesn't make any difference. I can't remember, that still doesn't help me. I need somebody around to help me keep up with it. Jack's not real good at that. He's not. He's a good listener, but he's not much on communication, if you know what I mean. George says, I live alone. Also, it is a struggle to stay on track, making a decision on what to do or what needs attention. Yeah. I've got, let's see. Clyde says he's got a pill box. I got one of those. In fact, I think I got 2 of those. I don't seem to have a problem remembering the ones that I have to take before I go to bed. And even there have been times when I have forgotten it and got in bed and then go, I didn't take them dang pills. And I'll get back up and take them. But usually I remember because I also take a baby aspirin every night, and those are on the counter in the master bathroom. So usually, if I'm getting ready to go to bed, that's the last thing I'm doing is brush my teeth and getting ready to take that baby aspirin. And when I go to take that baby aspirin, that's when I'll go, oh, I forgot to take those other things. And it's a pain because on two of the pills I have, for some reason, they don't want me to take a whole pill. They want me to take a half a pill in the morning and then half a pill at night. So I have to get one of those little cutter things and stick them in there, and and then you cut them, and sometimes they cut really nice, and other times you get one that's about 2/3 the size, and the other one's about a third the size. You can't get them even. So I'm thinking it probably wouldn't matter if I just took them once a day and just took the whole dang pill. I don't see what the big deal is, but yeah, Sherman says that is correct. Yeah. Yeah, I can remember you sending me pictures of your setup there. You had a big old shop, if I remember right, in Texas somewhere. Um, let's see here. Jerry says, I used the Gatton last night for a resin project, slightly different than yours, but looked amazing as of last night. Well, cool. Are you shooting video or are you just doing it? Okay, Mary says she's open to discussing. All right. Well, feel free to contact me with an email or whatever. If you want to do, and I do this with just about everybody. If they haven't been on the show before, I do what I call a little tech check, and we do use StreamYard, and I send you a link, and then you come on, and we're just checking stuff out, but we're not broadcasting anywhere, so nobody sees it. It's like just more like a Zoom call, kind of, between me and you and whoever else would join. But I'll be doing that next week with some other ladies that have said they want to come on. We'll do a little tech check. One gal, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a big deal because she said she does Zoom calls all the time. So I know if you do Zoom calls, you've got, the webcam and the internet connection and a mic and all that stuff. But you don't really need a whole lot of stuff. You need the most important thing is a good internet connection. Wi-Fi usually don't cut it unless you're sitting right next to the router. And then, a webcam, just a cheap webcam. The one I'm using here is probably less than $50 or something. And then a mic helps if you have like I've got this thing that I have on a boom. But if you're sitting close enough, you can actually use the mic built into the webcam, although they usually don't sound that great, but that'll work in a pinch. And then the last thing is that's really helpful is wearing either some kind of headphones, or you can use the little things that come with your phone to plug in to listen to. And the reason for that is because if you when I'm doing these, I don't have any headphones or my little earbuds. I don't have them on, and I don't need them because I'm just here talking to myself. There's nothing coming out of my speakers that this microphone can pick up. But when you're in a live stream doing a show with other people, and if I didn't have them on, I'd have to be able to hear them talk. So if I have my speakers on, the microphone then picks up that sound, and then you get an echo. So yeah, hit me up and we'll do a little test or whatever you want to do. Ryan wants to know, what are we printing? I think Ryan's the only one that can hear that thing. When I ask if anybody can hear it, sounds loud to me. I can't believe y'all can't hear it. But I'm actually printing. I'm having a little issue, Ryan. You know me, I thought I had everything solved by swapping out that spool. And speaking of that, I probably should turn around and take a quick look at it. Okay, it looks like it's still doing good. But yesterday, I changed the design and just this is just basically a half a piece of what I was trying to run before. This is what I was trying to make before, and then this you can see is just basically a half a piece. So to use these, you would have to make two of them and then butt them together to get that distance. And this turned out perfect. And I ran it, lay it on its side. I've been pulling on it. It's a lot stronger. And I'm like, yeah, I think this is the ticket right here. So then I thought, okay, well, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to make another one like this, but I'll lay it down and I've changed the design a little bit so that it's more simple. It's just, you can see how I had kind of a little, try to get fancy there. And then you get, trying to do it on its side, you got to put supports and stuff. And I'm like, I'll just make it simple. And so anyway, I started printing one of these, laying on its side, and I'm thinking, this is going to be great because now I finally got it figured out how to not break. And again, I'm thinking I've got all my issues taken care of. So I hit the button, watched it lay down the first few layers, then off I went to go do something else. Came back later and it had gone it was much later. It was getting probably 2/3 done as far as time wise. But when I looked at the part, there was only about a third of it there. And I looked down and it's spitting filament out or not spitting filament out. And, a little bit, a few millimeters above the last layer. So I'm like, all right, something's going on. So either the filament got hung up or somehow the nozzle got clogged and it just quit spitting filament out. So I pulled it off and it was getting late. I really didn't have time to run, start that whole thing over because I didn't want to stay up that late. So I thought, well, I'll load in this. I've got one of these calibration cubes and this is like double the size because normally it's a little bitty one like this. But this takes about 2 hours. So I thought, well, that'll be a good test. I'll be up that long. So I started a calibration cube last night after I'd heated up the nozzle, and the way it came out, it's something made it clog up. And I'm thinking, well, maybe the bed's got out of level or something. And because a couple of layers look a little too squished. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it got blocked up and messed up the nozzle. So I got that cleaned out, took my time, re-leveled the bed. Then I started another one of these calibration cubes. Came back about, I don't know, an hour and a half later, and it had run about up to here. It just got up to the, like where the X is, it had just got up to the top of the X. But the thing had quit. It had finished, and the nozzle moved, the bed moved back and all. But that's all it did. It only did up to that part. So again, since I wasn't here to watch it, I don't know. I think the nozzle got clogged somehow, but I'm thinking, well, how would it print all the way up there? No issues at all. And what was there looked fine. It's just like it ran out of filament or something. So I don't know. So I came in this morning, heated up the nozzle, tried to get it, I pulled the filament back out, cut it off, cut off about 2 or 3 feet. and there was a spot on the filament where it looked like the extruder had just kept rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, trying to push it through, and it couldn't. So I'm guessing the nozzle got clogged. So anyway, so I cut all that bad stuff off, fed it back through, pushed it through, and then I used the buttons to move the extruder, and I fed out probably 10 inches of filament coming through the nozzle. And I'm like, okay, well, it's obviously not clogged. So I set up to run another one of these, and that's what's running back there right now. And if it comes out okay, I will go back and try to run another one of those brackets today, but I don't know. I'm not sure what caused the thing to clog, but apparently it did. Larry says he'll message me every morning when I get up at 4. Well, let's see, that'll be 3 a.m. for me. So, yeah, I'll make sure. Let's see. Note to self, turn the phone off at night. Amanda says, good morning, all. Still having a hard time getting around. 12-foot fall did more to this old body than I originally thought. Holy cow. Man. Yeah, we don't heal up like we used to. We don't. I need to get my ladder out and get up. I've got some stuff in my gutters and stuff like that. And every day I look at it, I'm like, no, not today. I get dizzy just standing up out of the chair. And I don't know if I should be getting up on a ladder or not, because again, Jack doesn't have those opposable thumbs, so he can't dial 911 if something happens. So, Doc says, set an alarm on my phone. Well, I have the Echo Dot do the reminder, and then that also goes to my phone with giving me the reminder in the app that's on my phone. But the problem is not getting the reminder. The problem is once I get it going, wait a minute, did I already take that? Because like I said, all my days run together. So when I took it yesterday, I get that confused with, did I take it this morning? Now I know I haven't taken it this morning. So I'm going to try to remember as soon as I get done here in about 2 minutes to go in there and take them. Let's see here. Jerry says you can 3D print an automatic rotating time pillbox feeder. I need to check. Is that on Thingiverse? Where do I find that, Jerry? Okay, good. He says video as usual on the resin project. Hot diggity. Good to see that. Resin, I guess, is a big thing these days. I thought I saw that thing back when that one guy was on the Vectric. What do you call it? The user group meeting or whatever that was done virtually. And I thought, that's pretty cool. I'd like to try that one day. And then when I got ready to think about doing the Saturday night show again, I thought, well, instead of making some little overlay that has to show on the screen, I'll just make something like that'll be in the shot all the time. So that was kind of fun to make. And then I've done another one that was that what do you call it? That illusion type thing, like a tunnel, and that was fun. But like a lot of things I do, it's like once I do it, I'm like, okay, been there, done that. It's cool, it's fun, but it's not that much fun that I'm hooked and have to do it all the time. But I see a lot of folks starting to post stuff That one guy in our Gatton CNC group, George Withrow or something, he does really good work. He's posted 3 or 4 projects that are just really awesome in the group. Let's see. I'm getting way behind on stuff here. Leo says I need to take medicine every 6 hours. I set an alarm on my phone to remind me to take them. Yeah. See, my biggest problem is I'll be sitting there in my chair and I'll have an alarm to do something. I have a lot of alarms or reminders, I guess is what they're called. And she'll come on and say, "Hey, this is your reminder to do this," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." But if I don't get up and go do it right then, I'm gonna forget it, or I'll either forget it or I'll still think of it. But then I'll go, "Well, I think I already did that. Didn't I do it? No, that was just I don't know." Ray's in the house. How you doing, Ray? Hope you're doing well. Mary and Gary say they can hear it. Sean says it's music to his ears. Yeah, it seems loud to me. But good morning, Rob. See you there. Man, a bunch of folks snuck in while I was yakking here. Jeff's here. How you doing, Jeff? Haven't seen you in a while. Clogs just happen. Yeah. Well, hopefully it's unclogged. Like I said, when I turned around and looked at it a minute ago, it looked like it was still doing good. So if it makes it through that calibration cube, because that's about a hour and a half, 2 hour run. So if it can make that all the way, I'll feel confident about putting that other thing on there. Oh yeah, Larry's reminded me. See, I can't even think of the time right. It's 5 a.m. for me, 4 a.m. for him. Yeah, I went the wrong way, didn't I? Yeah, Dennis says he raised his default nozzle temp to 210 instead. Well, I might have to do that because this is a different brand of filament, and it did do the first few things I did okay at 200, but I may think about that, bumping it up a little more. Okay. All right. George says Snapmaker has a good troubleshooting response for similar printing issues at this link. There's probably no link going to show up because I don't think you can put links. Well, I know you can't put links in here unless you're a moderator, and that's for a good reason. All right, I'm going to get out of here. By the way, anybody that's I talk about this every day now. Anybody that's interested in the Design Spark mechanical stuff that I'm doing, you're gonna like if you're liking that stuff, you're gonna like what I got coming up, because I've been doing a whole bunch of things out of this book I showed you the other day, these examples, and when you work through those, it really helps you to learn how to use. And of course, like I said, these examples are from this book about SolidWorks, so I'm showing how to do them using Design Spark, which is much different, but if you follow along and watch them and draw the same thing I'm doing, you'll learn how to use that stuff. And it's really, really easy. All right, I'm going to do that. Ryan says, yeah, bump the temp up some. I can do that on the fly with an ender, right? I think I can. Jeff says, I came in late. What type printer? It's an Ender 3. Just the basic one. It's not the Pro or what's the other ones they have, V2 and stuff like that. It's just the cheap one. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Okay, Ryan says yes on the fly. I thought I could. I'll see if I can do that without. If I might as well do it now while it's running the calibration cube, because if I screw it up, it doesn't matter. Because I'm going to throw that away anyway. I will bump it up a little. All right, everybody have an awesome Thursday, and come on back if you're not doing nothing tomorrow. We'll drink some more coffee and talk about something, and kick off the weekend. Everybody have a good one. See you.